Well, it was not a good home game for the home team on Sunday as the Jags lost 20-12 to the Seattle Seahawks. Here to break down exactly what broke down is Alessandra Pontbriand, sportscaster for WJXT News for Jags. Apologies, claiming you as my own. Alessandra, welcome back.
No, I would listen. I love you guys, so
Um,
I don't mind it at
we're all on
all.
the same team.
Yeah, no, literally, and it's only one letter
I
difference,
know.
so
It's very
it's
close.
yeah, it
We
is.
confuse ourselves all the time. All right. So, first home loss this season.
Yeah.
How big of a deal is this in terms of the triumphant trajectory that they've been on and how glad everyone was to see them on a winning pace?
I think the loss, I mean, listen, starting the season, if you said the Jaguars were gonna be 4-2 heading into London, I think anyone would take that because, like, 4-2, only 2 losses, especially their beginning, this first half of the schedule is much more difficult than the second half. So when you look at it that way, you're like, "Okay, this loss, not horrible." Also, they were not gonna go 16-1. Of course, they're going to lose games moving forward. But what really was the biggest issue for this loss was that they hurt themselves. Like, they did not put themselves in the position to win the game. And Trevor Lawrence even said it afterwards. He said, "We got to look in the mirror and fix the problems that have really been there all year." Dropped passes, the penalties have been an issue. I mean,
Yeah.
they were flagged 10 times for 76 yards, one of them negating Brian Thomas Jr.'s what would have been a 54-yard touchdown. So that's the biggest issue. Seattle's obviously a good team, and that defense is really good. And Sam Darnold is having a good season. Seattle had their way with the Jags. So definitely not great. The offensive line heading into this game, they only allowed 6 sacks in 5 games. Trevor Lawrence was sacked 7 times
In this
yesterday.
game. That's
Yeah, that was a lot. He was on the ground a lot. Center Robert Hainsey, who's a veteran, came with Liam Coen over here. He's hurt with a hamstring injury, so a true freshman, a rookie, true freshman, thinking of college, a rookie, Jonah Monheim had to step up, and that's tough. They obviously on both offense and defense lost in the trenches for the Jaguars. Seattle has a really, really good defense. So I knew it was going to be difficult, especially for a rookie. This is his first start, so of course, they had their way with him. But then Seattle, they have the third best run defense. They absolutely eliminated Jaguars' ground game. They only had 59 yards total on 19 carries. And then the biggest issue was Bashal Tootin. He had no chance on the 2-point conversion try in the early of the fourth quarter that would have made it a 20-14 game. They decided analytics to go for the 2-point conversion. A lot of people thought, why not just kick the extra point at that time and then try to score again? But of course, Cam Little, shockingly, was not very reliable
on point.
yesterday when he has been so reliable, especially last season. That was his first extra point he ever missed in the beginning of the game, like ever in high school, college, or in the NFL. And then, of course, he missed that field goal, the 50-yard field goal, I believe, at the end of the first half, which was pretty shocking, too, because you saw him make a 73-yarder, in the preseason. So 50 yards
Yeah.
should be no problem. So, yeah, definitely a lot of issues in this game.
I saw one account that said that basically the first 3 snaps told the tale of the game, which was a sack, a holding penalty, and a 3-yard loss. But I also understand that there was some criticism saying, well, this is a team, that looks like they spent the last week celebrating a Monday night
Yeah.
uh, football victory.
Yeah, and I asked Brian Thomas Jr. after the game, they're heading to London today. They'll be in London for the next week to play the Rams on Sunday. But Monday you have that big emotional win against the Chiefs, one of the biggest wins probably in Jaguars' recent history. And then you have to get ready for this game and a really good opponent. And then you're also thinking, oh, I'm going to London tomorrow. Let me pack up. And now I have to go across that's a lot to deal with. And I asked him, I was like, do you think that maybe, from the big win to traveling to London, is that on your minds? And could that have possibly, led to you guys just not locking and focusing completely on this game? And he said no. He said that he felt like Liam Coen did a really good job this week or the week prior leading up to this game to get them in the mindset to make them lock in. But you have to wonder, of course, that's going to, be on anyone's mind. You're getting ready to travel across the country or across the pond, all the way over to London to now have to move your game preparations completely to a different country, to a different field. Like, that's going to be on someone's mind. But, Brian Thomas Jr. said that wasn't the biggest issue. But again, it was the my headphones are like falling off. The self-inflicted wounds that really hurt them.
And so they're hosting. They're in London, but they're the
Yeah.
host team for the Rams game on
Yeah.
Sunday, and that's in the morning here. What do you expect to happen at that game? What's your shorthand prediction?
Listen, so they're both 4-2. The Rams are a very, very good team. Sean McVay is a very good head coach. Actually, the teacher for Liam Coen, like Liam Coen is under that kind of Sean McVay tree. So, we'll see. Can the student beat the teacher? Or is the teacher, of course, just going to be, better than the student? So we'll see. It's going to be a good game, though. And I think that's awesome for, the English fans to get to see that.
All right. Well, Alessandra Pontbriand, we will catch up with you after that game. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Yeah, thanks, guys.